Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is AJ. I'm a Hunger Games collector and this is my first ever YouTube video. I don't really know what I'm doing if I'm being completely honest, but hopefully this first video goes relatively okay and you stick around for more. If you're coming here from my Instagram, then you'll know what this video is all about. It's going to be all about my experience at the Hunger Games exhibition at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. If you didn't know, the MGM Grand is currently the home for the Hunger Games exhibition that has a bunch of the authentic original costumes and some props from all 4 movies. It is a lot smaller than the traveling version of the exhibition from a few years ago. I personally was lucky enough to see that the traveling exhibition back in 2015 when it was stationed over in Times Square. But for now, its permanent home as of right now is in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand. And this past Easter weekend, I was fortunate enough to be able to travel there and sort of document my experience there. So this video is going to focus on 2 things. The first part is going to be some clips and a little bit about, the actual exhibition, like what you will see there if you decide to go. And then the second portion of the video will focus a little bit more on the merchandise and collectible items that I picked up at the exhibition's gift shop. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and make sure that you subscribe and follow me on Instagram for more Hunger Games related content.
extends.
So when you see those golden targets, go ahead and open fire.
Alright, so first things first, if you purchased your tickets online in advance, when you actually go into the exhibition, you go down a flight, an escalator, I don't know, a flight of escalators? That's not what I mean. You go down an escalator and then you take a left. There is a register and a little counter basically where you go to redeem your tickets. Now, what I didn't know, I'm sure it was advertised somewhere when I actually booked my ticket, but I just completely forgot about it. You actually get to pick one of 4 different kinds of commemorative tickets. I couldn't choose, so I got all 4. Now, I do have to say though, you get one that comes with your ticket. If you want to buy all 4, or you want to buy one of the other ones, you do have to pay for them. I believe they're like $5 and some change for each of them. Yeah, somewhere around there. So just keep that in mind. The one that I picked for my ticket personally was this one. It basically just does a little flame effect here on the Mockingjay pin. You know, the fire will burn forever. The back says the Hunger Games exhibition, and it does have a little hole punch thing that I guess you could poke out if you wanted to display this by hanging it somewhere in your room, in your house, in your car, I don't know, wherever you want. Basically, you could wear it as a necklace even if you wanted. But this was the one that I picked just because I love the Mockingjay pin so much. I couldn't resist it, but I will also show you the other ones. So another one of the commemorative ticket options is this one, is the 3-finger salute. And when you move the little image, it says hope is stronger than fear, which is a President Snow is a President Snow quote, not a President Snow coin. That's, I don't know what that is. So that one's pretty cool. The hope is stronger than fear quote is one of my favorite quotes from the entire Hunger Games franchise, which is pretty crazy considering that it is a Snow quote, but it's so true and I just love it so much, so had to get this. The next option you have for a commemorative ticket is this capital seal and red Mockingjay pin design. So the capital seal's blue, red Mockingjay pin. It's pretty cool. It's very, you know, Capitol versus Rebels type situation. Same deal as all the other ones on the back, Hunger Games the Exhibition, Mockingjay pin, and of course the little hole punch option up top as well. The last one, the fourth and last option for the commemorative ticket is the one I almost went with for my, you know, the one that came with my tickets. It is so freaking cool, and I think all of you Effie fans out there will probably end up picking this one. It's super neat. So it's this kind of like capital flower like design, but the image is eyes bright, chins up, smiles on, and it has a little capital couture logo. If you guys are familiar with the exhibition's cosmetic line and also clothing line, you know that they have sort of a capital couture collection. So that's sort of what that logo looks like, but I love that it says that eyes bright, chins up, smiles on thing. That is so cool. This one I think I'll end up putting by my mirror back home, just because, I mean, come on, you know, you gotta have the right attitude. So that's it. Those are all 4 commemorative ticket options. Like I said, you do have one that comes with your ticket if you purchased one online. I believe if you buy the ticket in person, like the day of, you will probably have the option to do that as well. But I just don't know about that because I bought my ticket online ahead of time. And yeah, these are all 4 of your options. So one of the first things that I picked up in the gift shop, it's right there when you come down through the end of the exhibition, you're on your way out. This is one of the first things that you can grab in the shop. I grabbed it right away. It is this very thin, lightweight, sheer material. It's a scarf, but as you can see, it's got all of the district crests on here. It just goes all the way down. I just thought this would be such a cool thing to hang up or display frame it. There's so many things you could do with this. I just love how unique this item is and just had to grab it, so I did. This is the official exhibition t-shirt. So it just reads The Hunger Games, the Exhibition, Las Vegas. This is quite small. I believe I may have gotten a kid's shirt, but I don't really care because I plan on wearing this sort of fitted and cropped, but yeah, that's what we've got going on here. And I just love that it reads The Exhibition, Las Vegas. So it's just a simple t-shirt. There's nothing on the back. Just a simple black t-shirt, but it's got the Mockingjay pin and of course the exhibition branding. So the second piece of clothing or third piece, I guess if you count the scarf, of apparel of clothing that I picked up from the exhibition is this black Mockingjay pin t-shirt. The actual Mockingjay pin is made of this kind of, you know, shiny, plasticky type material. I'm not sure what you would call this. But yeah, it's basically the t-shirt version of the hoodie that I bought from the exhibition when it was traveling back in 2015. But sometimes I want to wear it, but it's either too warm or I just don't want to wear a hoodie in general. So as soon as I saw this, I grabbed it. I love it. It's very simple, but still very Hunger Games. This I bought in a size medium and an adult medium, so this is actually like, you know, a much wider, bigger fit, but I love it. Very simple design. There's nothing on the back here. It's mainly just this black Mockingjay pin. I highly recommend this for somebody who maybe wants to wear Hunger Games merchandise but doesn't want to wear something super loud. you know, with like a big flame design or anything. It's very discreet, but still very Hunger Games. The last piece of clothing that I purchased from the exhibition is this lovely gray hoodie. It's kind of a light gray. It's a light gray. I don't know if I would describe it as any other color. It's definitely a gray color. It does have a hood. It's made of this awesome like velvety kind of material, but I love it so much because it has this little Capital Couture branding with this little logo and crown in this silver foiling kind of material. I love this because it just really makes me think of like, this would be a hoodie that you could buy in the Capitol, you know what I mean? And even cooler, on the inside it does say the Hunger Games exhibition. On the back of the hoodie, there is this wonderful, like, sparkly, bedazzled crown, followed by the Capitol kind of logo here. We've got for this Capital Couture collection. It's white trim on the sleeves. It's a nice little detail. It does have front pockets and yeah, hood, and I just love the back detail and design here. So cool. So yeah, they do have some other Capital Couture stuff in their collection other than just a hood, like a couple hoodies. They've got tank tops and t-shirts and things. It's not my personal style, so I didn't go for those. I liked this hoodie though, so yeah. All right, so now we're getting into the smaller items that I purchased from the gift shop. The cashier put them in this little black plastic bag, which just has the Mockingjay pin and Hunger Games the exhibition on both sides. And I keep everything, and I mean everything. This paper bag, this plastic bag, everything that is even remotely related to the exhibition, you know that I will be keeping very, very preciously. So first thing, on their pin rack, they have a few different pins. They were out of District 12 pins, and District 4 was also seemingly out. I have a District 4 crest because I got that back in the day, back in 2015. I believe they restocked on that one online, but I could be wrong. I feel like I recently saw it restocked. But if you're looking for District 4 or District 12, probably out of luck, but we'll get to those in a minute. I did pick up the exhibition's version of the Catching Fire pin. I only have the NECA one, which is very dark in color. And I don't mind that so much, except for it doesn't match the other pins in the collection. So I did get the Catching Fire one. They did make this one a little bit lighter in color. I don't know what metal this is. It's not specified anywhere, but yeah, I do have it in mind to collect all of the district pins eventually. You can purchase them online. It's not something you need to go in person for. But I did want to get at least one of them. I wasn't going to get all of them because that's a lot, but I did get the Capital District pin. So you can see it's just the Capital crest. It looks exactly like all the district pins are in this kind of style. Very simple, silver and black enamel. Well, silver metal and black enamel. The last pin that I got is not a district or Mockingjay pin. I actually got a card that's a little bit beat up, but that's okay. But I love this illustration so much. It's one of their poster designs, which you can purchase their posters as well. You just have to ask the staff for them to bring it out for you. The only thing is that, for me at least, the posters are huge, and unfortunately at home, I don't currently have a good spot to put them. But there's one of the poster illustrations that I just love. But I was so excited to see that they did brand that illustration on other pieces of merchandise. So in this case, they have it on a little pin. I was so excited about this. So it says Pan Am United, and it basically just has a little peacekeeper holding a gun. It's got this gradient red to black background, and the cool thing about this is that it's a 3D pin if you're looking for something Hunger Games, but that's not, you know, the Mockingjay pin or the District Crest pin. Definitely recommend getting this. They had another one, I think they actually had 2 other pins like this in this kind of, you know, 3D effect. But I went straight for this one. I don't even remember what the other ones were because I just hyper fixated on this one. So speaking of that Pan Am United illustration pin, which as I mentioned, you can get as a full-size poster as well. I did get other things, 2 other items with that same illustration on it, same thing. I love it so much for some reason. Anything that had that visual on it, I just grabbed it. So this next thing is a cute little notepad. So Pan Am United for you at the bottom, which is upside down, but yeah. On the back, it's got this little white Mockingjay pin. So let's go ahead and take it out of its packaging. I don't know if the pages are branded any kind of way, but pull it out of here. So, oh, I love it so much. Okay, so how does this work? All right, so that's kind of odd. You do just kind of fold this in and fold it underneath that United for You thing. So usually United for You is, you know, facing this way, but in this case, no, it's upside down, and you just pull it out. Pan Am, Peacekeeper. Here's a better view maybe of that illustration. You can see it's this little Peacekeeper. We've got the capital crest at the top, red to black gradient, and yeah, Pan Am. It's got this white and red frame around it. And it's just a very simple, okay. So it's United for You, the illustrations upside down. This is a very strange piece of merchandise. Now that I'm actually taking time to examine it and take a look at it, it is very strange. But yeah, very simple, just white pages. It's just a regular little notebook, little notepad, but yeah, it's cool. I don't know, I just thought it was different. Again, it had that image on it, so I just grabbed it. I didn't even realize it was a notepad until after I bought it, to be honest. I didn't know what it was. I was just so excited to have a small version of this illustration. The other item that I got with that Peacekeeper illustration is a keychain. This is also a kind of 3D. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. You can sort of tell. Yeah, it is in 3D. Pan Am United for You, Peacekeeper, and little capital crest. It's super simple, just one key ring. I'll probably display this rather than use it for something, but yeah, again, I just saw that image and I just had to have it, so there we go. Okay, I'm very excited for this next piece. It is part of their Swarovski kind of collection. When you go to the gift shop, it's in those glass display cases. They had a lot of really cool stuff. Some of that stuff on the website doesn't look as good to me as it does in person. So keep that in mind for what it's worth. Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna love this as much as when I saw it in person, and I was like, wow, this is actually so much prettier in person. Very excited about this. So it comes in this little box, which has gold foiling. It has the Hunger Games, the exhibition, and then the little Swarovski little seal. It's a black box like this. The lid has a magnet. You open it up, it unfolds, oop, and it refolds. You have this little black cushion with a corner missing, so you can easily pull it out, and here it is. So it is still wrapped, so I will be sort of unwrapping this for you. It's still wrapped in a little plastic protector, but I don't know if you can see that. It's a gold Mockingjay pin on a chain. with embedded Swarovski crystals. How amazing is that? So it does have the little Swarovski authentic sticker. So I guess if you wanted to be extra certain, you could authenticate this yourself. I love that. Okay, I know this is not even the necklace, but I just love that this is even included. As a collector, that is so awesome. Okay, so it's still on here. I did want to show off this little detail as well. The little chain you have for the adjustable length and whatnot, the little tassel charm at the end is the Capital District crest. I will show this better in other footage, but I love that. That is incredible. Okay, it's got this little staple-like thing in here. So definitely be careful with this. If you're buying this, it has a kind of little staple part to it to kind of keep it in place on the little cushion. Wow. Okay. This is a game changer. Let me see how I can show this a bit better. Okay, so here we go. It is the gold Mockingjay pin. As you can see, it's got these Swarovski crystals all around. And a fun little detail that I love about this is the eyes of the Mockingjay bird are actually also Swarovski crystals. So, yep. So this is the length of the chain, and it does have the adjustable chain part. I thought it was like this big medallion. I thought it was going to be the size of, the Mockingjay pin. But if you can see, just to compare really quickly, you can tell this is, quite smaller. This might be my favorite piece that I purchased today. Definitely will be wearing this tomorrow. Goes back in there, looks like this. All right, so the last part, or no, not the last part, but the last part in this little plastic bag is something I'm very curious about, and I bought them specifically just for my collection, just as a collector. This is not something I plan on using on myself ever. So maybe that seems a little silly to some people, but if you're a collector like me, you'll understand. Something that the exhibition did that they didn't have back in the day is a cosmetic line, which is very, very cool. They have a lot of different shades and products. I believe they have some eyelashes and eyeshadow palettes. They have lipsticks and eyeliners. I believe that is all they have. Maybe they have a mascara. Maybe I made that up though. But they definitely have eyeliners and lipsticks because that's what I ended up getting. So they have the Girl on Fire collection, and they have the Capital collection. Is that what it's called? I don't think it's called anything, but it has that Capital branding. So the Capital branding is, all the packaging is all in white, and all the Girl on Fire stuff is black, gold, and flame. All right, so I guess we'll start with the Girl on Fire collection. So this is the eyeliner. Yes, the eyeliner. So let's look at this packaging a little. It says the Hunger Games, the exhibition, and it's got that flame detail, the gold Mockingjay pin. It's slightly embossed. Not really, but a little bit. Smudge-proof liquid liner. It does have that little Capital Couture logo here. Just some general information. And this is in the shade Senna. Woo, this is so cool. This is awesome. So this is a gold kind of eyeliner, liquid eyeliner. It's a little bit orange, which is interesting, I'm noticing now. It's a little bit orange, but it's definitely gold-ish. It has the gold flecks in it for sure. It does have the exhibition on here. It has a black handle and a red jewel at the top. So now I want to talk about the lipstick. So this one, same thing, I'm not going to be using any of this, but I just wanted one of each of the different packaging that they have. So I kind of just picked based on the name. So this is a liquid lipstick in the Girl on Fire collection. So same deal, Hunger Games, the exhibition, Girl on Fire collection. I got this in the shade Katniss. The other shade in the Girl on Fire collection is called Primrose. Again, I didn't really care about the color because I'm not going to be wearing them. I just wanted to get them based on the name. So had to go with Katniss. Sorry, Prim, but I mean, it's Katniss. So here's what it looks like. It's got that same gold foiling, the Hunger Games, the exhibition, that same kind of crystal bottle. The handle is definitely different. It's got this beveled look to it, and it has a red gem at the top, just like the eyeliner. Everything in the Girl on Fire collection basically looks like this. It has the clear bottle part, and then the handle part, I guess, is black with a red jewel. Now we've got the Capital collection. So the packaging on here is very different. First of all, it's white. It's hard to get this with good lighting. It's very shiny. This will work though. It's got silver foiling. Actually, it's got rose gold foiling, and the packaging itself is also a little bit hollow, like rainbow, but you can't see that on camera, damn it. So what's cool about this, about the packaging on here, on this side, you have got this lovely detailing. It's got the Capital Couture logo right here. And on here, again, my Effie fans are going to love this. In this beautiful script, like cursive font, it says, "Eyes bright, chins up, smiles on, Effie trinket." So that is fantastic. That is absolutely fabulous. I got this in the shade Victor. I'm actually not sure what that one is. Like I said, I didn't really look. I kind of blacked out, if I'm honest. If I'm being honest, in the gift shop, I kind of just grabbed and paid and ran. That's what I did. But okay, good. I did get the one that I thought it was. Awesome. So this is another one of the eyeliners, liquid eyeliner, and it is silver. I love anything silver, but yeah, it's silver and spark. Here the handle is white, and it has a clear or white or silver gem at the top. It's so hard for this to properly show up, but yeah. And we have got the liquid lipstick. I don't know what color this is. But it is the shade Capital. So it's got that same packaging all around. It has the Effie quote on the side, the Capital crest on the top. And yeah, this is in the shade Capital. That's not even showing up. So no idea what this is, but we'll see. Ooh, okay, cool. So this is more of a bright fuchsia pink color. It's a little bit red, but it's definitely pink. It's not, I would not call this like a classic red by any means. But yeah, Hunger Games, the exhibition, crystal bottle, white handle, and white, silver, clear gem at the top. So those are the 4 cosmetic pieces, I guess, that I got today. And they are all cruelty-free, by the way, so yay. Yeah, I don't plan on using those ever. I just really wanted them as a collector. I just think it's such a cool type of merchandise for them to be doing, to have exclusive Hunger Games merchandise or exclusive Hunger Games, what is it, cosmetics. You can get all of the cosmetics online. I didn't see anything in the store, in the gift shop, that I didn't see online. So if you want one of these, you know, eyeliners or lipsticks or the eyeshadow palettes and whatnot, you can definitely get them online. I don't plan on getting the eyeshadow palettes or anything. They do have a Girl on Fire and a Capital one. They basically have like a Girl on Fire collection and a Capital collection, so you can kind of go with either or, but they've got great colors, and that dual packaging is just very cool, so definitely recommend that. All right, so the last thing that I have to show you guys for today is it's not really in the gift shop, but you do pick it up in the gift shop. This is the last thing that you do when you're coming out of the exhibition. It is the last thing. It's not an exhibition, it's not like an exhibit, there's nothing on display, but it's the last part of the exhibition as you make your way. It like literally opens up into the gift shop. So you take 2 photos in front of a green screen. The staff person, the employee there, will sort of guide you on what to do. And then you have the option of buying either one of your photos or both of them. I ended up getting both of them because why not? There's one that I like more than the other anyway, but I just wanted it. They do come in these beautiful, you can have them digitally or you can have them printed. Of course, I'm gonna go with something printed. I love tangible memories. That's the best in my opinion. So the little pocket protector, sleeve protector, whatever you want to call it, is branded The Hunger Games: The Exhibition. It has the flaming mockingjay and it says the fire will burn forever. It's also got this flaming arrow at the bottom. The back is just some more flame detailing and Lionsgate copyrights and all of that. It does also say MGM Grand, so that's cool. There's one of my receipts in there. Whoopee. Oh cool, this is my favorite one. It's, you know, these kinds of photos to me, whether, you know, you get these at like theme parks from roller coasters and things like that, they're always so corny to me, and I usually never do them because I just not into it. But it's the Hunger Games, like, come on. So the first one is they tell you to pretend like you're shooting a bow at the screen. I didn't really hear that, but it just seemed like to point at the camera would have been weird anyway. I don't know if they meant the screen that's in front of you. There is like sort of like a screen, like a TV screen in front of you, or if they meant the green screen, whatever. Like I said, I kind of blacked out. I kind of panicked, so this is what I did, but I do like how this turned out. They have you in front of a green screen, but it's the Capitol crest that it's all damaged and you can see the rubble and all of that, and then it's got a red mockingjay pin. So I love this. And again, the Hunger Games, the exhibition. Same thing on the inside. So I guess if you had this displayed, you know, you would have it like that. So that's cute. I like that. The second photo is super dorky, but I don't care. I love it anyway. You do have to keep your mask on. If you're traveling during the COVID-19 pandemic, you will need to keep your mask on during photos, so just keep that in mind. If you have a mask that you don't like, don't wear it that day. The first pose they tell you to do is the 3-finger salute. It's all right, you know, it's okay. It's not my favorite photo. I definitely prefer the other one, but I just needed to have both of them. So yeah, those are the 2 photos. So that is that for the exhibition merchandise. All right, so let's get into day 2's merch haul. Day 2 is a lot smaller than day 1, but I still grabbed some more items. There was mainly just some things that I had seen yesterday that I wasn't totally sure if I would get, so I, you know, ended up pulling the trigger and just went for it instead today on the second day. So first thing I wanted to notice, or point out rather, is that I was able to get this black bag. It's just very simple black Hunger Games exhibition, and it has a Mockingjay pin. It's the same on both sides. So I do have all 3 bag types. I believe that's how many types of bags that they have. I know to some people that's like a weird thing to notice or want, but I want everything. I wanted everything that I could get my hands on from the exhibition. They even had these like special covers for some of the iPads when you check in, or for the waiver, I guess that's what those iPads are for. And they had every other iPad covered with one of these for social distancing. And it was just so cool. It's just like this white cover. It just was the Hunger Games exhibition, Las Vegas, and then it had like a little Katniss illustration thing. And I did ask the cashier if they had spare ones, because anything that I can grab, I'm gonna grab. So on that note, one of the things that I had picked up on day 2, because I noticed it in the cashier's drawer when she was bagging my items, they have this wonderful District Crest tissue paper. It's very self-explanatory, very straightforward. It's just a sheet of black tissue paper with all of the district crests on it. I asked what it was. She was like, it's just tissue paper. And I asked if I could have a sheet, so she very generously gave me one, which I really appreciate. So this isn't a piece of merch, but it's definitely something you can ask for. I'm not really sure what I'll do with this. I don't know if I will do anything. I may just keep it in my Hunger Games binder, but yeah, just a cool little piece of memorabilia. I will also go ahead and talk about the photos, these souvenir photos. This is for day 2, so my outfit is different. It's the same poses pretty much, but just my outfit is different. So here's me doing the 3-finger salute in front of a green screen, which they end up turning into the Capitol crest with a red Mockingjay pin. You do have the option of getting just one of the photos if there's only one of them that you end up liking. I believe I could be wrong about this, because I only overheard the cashier telling a customer this, so it's very possible that I'm wrong on this, but I believe she said one of the photos is 15, and then for both it's 25. So the second photo right here, same deal. You don't have like multiple options for the sleeves. It's just the same standard sleeve. Here is the second photo for day 2, where I'm just pretending to shoot a bow. Same backdrop. Yeah, so there's that. This photo, I do have a third one. It's kind of a funny story. So basically, okay, so I'll just start from the beginning. Yesterday, when I was making my way through the gift shop and then proceeding to pay, at the register they have some of these souvenir photo sleeves and whatnot like on display as sort of like little examples of what they look like. And they had this photo on display, and I thought it was hilarious and just so special and unique. And I didn't really comment on it. I think I just said like, oh, that's really funny, but I didn't, go any further than that. And then today, day 2, I asked if it was possible to buy it or buy that display, or I don't know how that was, made. But I had to know. If you've seen my Instagram story, you already know what this is, but in case you haven't, so a very special guest was at the exhibition when I was there. Just kidding. But here is that third souvenir photo. It is the Bernie Sanders meme. I mean, come on, unbothered. Just look at him. Just so unbothered by the Capitol's destruction. It's just so fitting on so many levels. And I just thought this was so cool and so different and unique. And it's definitely like a, looking back, like when I'll be looking back at this, I'll be like, oh yeah, I went, during 2021, right after, you know, the year 2020, which was chaotic on so many levels. I feel like this is just kind of a fun way to remember that chaotic time in everyone's lives. But how awesome is that? Yeah, this is not the one from the display at the register. They actually just made a new one for me, so really appreciated that. So those are the 3 souvenir photos I picked up on day 2. So we'll do that. Okay, what have we got next in here? Oh yeah, okay. So this is a piece of jewelry. So I got this not so much because I want to wear it. I don't think I'll end up wearing it. It's not really my style, but it was very different. It's not on the website. It's not on anything like that. So you know, it's something I had also noticed yesterday, but yeah, I don't know. I just didn't pick it up the first time around. I picked up a lot of stuff yesterday, to be fair. So, but I saw it again today and I was like, no, you know, that's a cool and kind of weird piece of merchandise, so I had to get it. It is a necklace. It is on a silver chain like so. It's got the exhibition tag, like everything. And so I'll show you, hopefully I'll be able to show you up close right now. If not, I'll just do one of those flipped camera footage. I can't talk, you guys. It's been a long weekend. But basically, it's a little sign kind of charm. This light is so bright here. Basically, it just says, make sure they remember you. And the word remember has an arrow going through it. Yeah, I'll definitely show a better clip of it. But yeah, I just kind of grabbed it because, so weird thing with the exhibition in Las Vegas, or at least the gift shop, I mean, of the exhibition in Las Vegas, they had a few different necklace options. Except for this one, I believe none of them are direct quotes from either the book or the movies. It's like weird, like maybe inspired by type stuff, but not like direct quotes. This was the only thing that was a direct quote. So that's why I got it, but also because make sure they remember you is just, I don't know. I love that scene. Hamish says this, you know, as she's about to go into the one-on-one or the private training thing where the game makers give the tributes a score, and being that they're from 12, they tend to get overlooked. So Hamish says, make sure they remember you. And I don't know, it's just kind of a strange thing to put on the necklace, I think. I don't know how to explain it. It's not what I would choose, but I don't disagree. Obviously, I ended up buying it, so clearly it is appealing. But yeah, I just thought it was very different and kind of strange, so I just went for it. The other necklaces, one of them had, it's like a similar style where it's like a chain, just a simple chain, and then like a little sign kind of charm. One of them just said, I am, I will. Another one said, I'm not alone, or I know I'm not alone. Yeah, just bizarre little like inspired by kind of quotes, but not direct quotes from either the books or the movies. Unless I'm a totally fake fan and I don't remember that, it's not something that jumped out at me from memory or anything. So yeah, that's a strange thing. I have to say, I don't really get that. I think it's a little weird. But this one is the only one that has a direct quote. So yeah, I grabbed it. I grabbed a couple more pins, actually 3 more to be specific, because I wanted to complete the set of exhibition exclusive pins. I'm not talking about like the district crests or the other little rectangular ones they have of like the peacekeepers. I checked again if they had District 12 as a crest. They did not. So I'll have to hunt that one down. I've seen one on eBay for like $80, but that's, I mean, come on. But that's a lot, but yeah. But as far as the standard like pins, like Mockingjay pins, I wanted to complete my set of exhibition set, I guess. Yeah, I wanted to complete my set of I can't talk. AJ, it's gonna be okay. Okay. I wanted to, why can't I do this? It's so windy. There's so much happening. There's a roller coaster in front of me. Vegas is crazy, y'all. I don't know how this is a real place. I mean, it's not a real place, but it is, you know? This is my 4th time here, and I'm still just so like completely bamboozled by this place. This is my view from my window, and you can see here is a roller coaster. How crazy is that? Anyway, so what I meant to say is that I grabbed a few more pins because I wanted to complete my set of the exhibitions version of the Mockingjay pins. So now now I do have the complete set, I believe. So I'll start with this one. This is a standard Mockingjay pin, except that it's not standard because it is all black. So it's the same sculpt as the silver one, what is wrong with me? It's the same sculpt as the gold regular Mockingjay pin. It's a different sculpt than NECA's, which is something I wanted to note because the two are very different. The NECA ones, which came out back in 2012, I think, or sometime around then, have a much flatter sculpt design. The ones from the exhibition are a little bit more 3D, a little bit more dimensional. I'll try to show that better on, you know, the flip camera footage. But yeah, I do have a black Mockingjay pin that I believe I got from the exhibition in 2015. I believe that's when I got that. But that one is flat. So this time around, this is the difference that I noticed, at least with this one. It is a black pin, but it's got that kind of more detailed sculpt. So I grabbed it. And if it ends up being the exact same, which I don't believe it is, it doesn't matter. There's no such thing as too many Mockingjay pins. So that's the first one. Oh, and yesterday I did mention like the difference in the pin cards, where this one is that flimsier material and it has that triangular shape at the top, which is different than the following pins. So following pin, this was the last one that I needed in the regular Mockingjay pins, again with the exhibitions version of those pins. This is the Mockingjay part, why did I say part 4? Y'all, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what's wrong with me. I had a mango dragon fruit refresher from Starbucks, and I don't drink coffee ever. I don't ever have caffeine, and I think the refreshers are the only drink they have there that is very low in caffeine, I guess, compared to their other drinks. And I guess because I'm just not used to caffeine, it like really affects me, but wow, it's like crazy. What I meant to say was this is the Mockingjay Part 2 pin. I have this pin already. I have 2 versions of the Mockingjay Part 2 pin, but I do not have the one from the exhibition. The other 2 versions I have are one from Loot Crate, which is, it just came on one of those like circular pin cards. I didn't get it from an actual Loot Crate box. I believe I bought it from eBay, but that's where it was, you know, sold, I guess, or that's where people were getting it. And the other version I have of the Mockingjay Part 2 pin is by BioWorld. So still an officially licensed pin, just a different company. And I noticed that this one is different. It's a little bit smaller, I think, than the ones that I have. So I do have this one now. So I have the complete set of Mockingjay pins from the exhibition, so that's cool. Last pin that I got, wasn't really planning on getting this, but again, it was one of those things where I didn't want to make the same mistakes that I made the first time around at the exhibition in 2015. Not that it was a mistake, you know, I was a broke college student. My mom was the one who was gifting me a lot of the items that I got back then, so there's no regrets, but at the same time, some things I guess I wish I had turned out a little bit differently. And this is one of those things I wasn't really planning on getting this, but I think it's a cool pin, and I don't want to run into that problem again of like regretting that I didn't get it. So I got it. This is the District 13 pin. So it's not a district crest like the other pins are. It just says D13, this kind of bold font, silver metal. Yeah, it's pretty plain and basic. It's not very recognizable as Hunger Games unless you're, you know, a pretty diehard fan. You will recognize it, but yeah, District 13. Just had to have something District 13 related, because you know, you just gotta. So last item that I purchased today on day 2. I actually already bought it yesterday. I'm wearing it today. I did get another one of the Swarovski Mockingjay pin necklaces. So this one still in its original packaging. Not even, you know, I don't plan on really taking it out of its packaging. This might seem silly to some people, and I recognize that it is probably silly to have 2 of these necklaces, but my reasoning for this is I want one that I can actually wear, and then I want to have one that I keep in, you know, what I call collector's condition, right? Just absolutely perfect. Little story time relating to the Hunger Games exhibition. Pins, exclusive pins, rare, hard to find Hunger Games things. Way back in the day, they had an exclusive red version of the Mockingjay pin. And the only place you could get that version of the pin was at the exhibition. And when I went, I was fortunate enough to grab one of them. It had this bright red paint job. It was just so beautiful, so majestic and just awesome. But I no longer have it in my collection, that specific pin, because for a long time I just kept it as a display piece. I just sort of kept it as a, you know, just a piece of my collection. And one day, for whatever reason, I decided I was going to wear it. And this doesn't happen to me. This never ever happens to me, but it did. I went to class. This was back when I was still in college. I went to class wearing the pin. It was on my jacket. I had securely fastened it. And, you know, went to class, went about my day, came back, and by the time I got home, I realized that my pin was no longer on my jacket. And as soon as I realized that, I dropped everything. I retraced all my steps. I went all the way back. I took a bus back. I went all the way back to my class building to see if I could find it. I mean, it's a bright red pin, you know, so I figured, you know, if it's somewhere on the floor, I'll see it. I looked everywhere for that pin. I even looked all throughout my room and in the college, like, dorm apartment I was living in at the time to see if maybe it had fallen even before I left my apartment, because that's totally possible too. Except no. So I definitely lost it somewhere in the outside world, and I was just completely and utterly devastated. And this was back in 2016, so the exhibition was no longer running, at least not in the US, I don't believe. Or if it was maybe in San Francisco or not New York, basically not anywhere that I had access to anymore, or no one that, you know, I knew had access to. There was no online store that I could get it from. No one was selling it on eBay. Like, I was willing to pay, you know, a lot of money for it because I was just so heartbroken that I lost that pin. So, fast forward to 2020, I was able to get the new version of the exhibition's exclusive red pin. Yeah, it's a different version though. The paint is a little bit darker. It's still like a bright red, but it's slightly darker than the red version of the pin in 2015. So, you know, it does have a nicer sculpt. Back in the day, it was that kind of flatter design I was telling you about, flatter sculpt, sort of more similar to the NECA version of the pin. This is more, the red pin currently is more like this style where it's a little bit more detailed and 3D in that way. But it's not the exact same pin. So I'm glad that I do. Of course I'm grateful and I'm glad that I do have a replacement of that pin, but you know, it's still always going to be a little bit heartbreaking, a little bit bittersweet that I will never have that original pin ever again. So yesterday when I saw this necklace in the glass display case they have all these Swarovski collection in, I fell in love with this necklace, as you can tell, obviously. And that kind of took me by surprise because if I'm being completely honest with you, the photo of it on the website is really not it for me. I didn't think it was anything crazy, anything to write home about, you know. I was just like, okay, whatever, it's a Mockingjay necklace. But when I saw it in person, it completely changed my view on it. So I did buy one, and then I love it so much so, and I learned my lesson with the red pin, and I'm like, you know what, if I'm gonna buy something like this that is exclusive and kind of harder to come by, and I want to wear it, I need to have an extra one. You can buy these on the website. You can buy these on the online gift store, so that's good to know in case something really were to happen. But I didn't, you know, I figured, well, since I'm still here and I'm, you know, literally at the gift shop, I don't want to pay for shipping, so I might as well just get another one. So I did. They do have another Mockingjay pin necklace in the Swarovski collection, so it's basically the same as this. It's gold chain with Swarovski crystals all around the pin, but they have a version of it where the pin itself is a little bit bigger. It's actually, I believe it's probably the size of the regular Mockingjay pin, and it can either be worn as a necklace or as a pin. It has like a sort of a convertible thing to it. So that's cool, but I like how small this one is. This one just looks so gorgeous. So yeah, I guess the last thing that I'll talk about is in my personal tote bag. I got this back in 2012. I believe NECA made it. I got it from like a Hot Topic, I think. And it's been my handbag throughout this whole trip. So since I went again and I was able to get another one of those commemorative tickets, they let me pick again. Yesterday I bought all 4, but today I was like, I need another one. I went with Effie. Effie's exclusive thing. So you can see here it's a flower design. It's a lenticular ticket, so the image moves depending on how you look at it, depending on which angle you're holding it at. Eyes bright, chins up, smiles on, and then the sort of Capital Couture logo. I went with this one again, so I have 2 of these now. This one already came hole punched for me, so I wanted another one of these because I love that Effie quote, so much, and I want to put one by my mirror in my rooms for when I'm, you know, getting ready to go to work or getting ready for anything, just for the day in general. But again, me being a collector, wanting to keep things in pristine condition, there's one that I will have taped up on my mirror and the other one that I will have in my binder. So that's what this is. I think that's it. I did want to just kind of talk about my plans or my ideas for this channel moving forward. So I think what I'll do is I'll do sort of an introductory like collection tour video where I show you guys my shelves and how everything is displayed and sort of explain very briefly, very superficially what everything is. And then I will create a playlist where each video will focus on a specific category of my collection. So all the apparel will be in one video, all the pins will be in one video, all the books will be in one video, that sort of thing. If you have any specific questions about either a specific item that you already know that I have, or you're just generally curious, or if there's anything in particular you'd like me to talk about in regards to collecting, or, you know, anything really, please feel free to leave a comment down below or shoot me a message on Instagram. I always respond, and I'm always very happy to answer any questions or help you guys find the items you're looking for. Yeah, that's sort of my plan for right now. I know that's going to take me a while to actually accomplish because I'm always adding things to my collection, but yeah, that's sort of my game plan for right now. Anyway, folks, that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me over on Instagram. I will leave all the socials and all the links and all the good stuff, everything you need to know, everything you need to be a part of will be down below in the description box. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.